and I am the president of the Michigan Women's Golf Association. It is my honor to be the MC for this auspicious occasion to honor these extraordinary 9 individuals. Election to the Michigan Women's Golf Association's Hall of Fame is a unique honor bestowed upon those individuals who have demonstrated outstanding achievement, leadership, professionalism, good character, and the highest standards of conduct associated with the extraordinary game of golf. These individuals contributed greatly to the tradition, the strength, and ongoing success of golf in the state of Michigan. A special thanks to Pat Myers, whose vision and financial support during our 30th anniversary. Somebody asked me, how old is your organization? This is year 31. So with that, it was Pat Myers' vision and financial support last year that led to the creation of this Hall of Fame. Pat, would you please come forward? We would like to present you with this lovely memento for all that you've done for the organization and continue to do.
Well, thank you very much. Well, as Francine indicated, a couple of years ago, in a request from Francine for MWGA input and ideas for the future, I sent a letter to her proposing the creation of the MWGA Hall of Fame. It's great that we now have a virtual Hall of Fame to honor individuals who have been instrumental in the success of the MWGA through their playing accomplishments on a golf course, as well as distinguished service and support of our organization. Congratulations to all of the 2017 inductees into the MWGA Hall of Fame.
So, thank you so much, Pat. This year we are inducting our 2nd class of honorees. Last year we inducted our initial class, which was Sarah Wall. Please join me in congratulating Sarah for all the hard work that she has done, continues to do, and I can see doing so in the future. She has contributed in the past, and her leadership as the chairperson of getting this Hall of Fame committee going, the website up, the nominees nominated, elected, the dinner, and today's state championship. Please join me in thanking and congratulating Sarah.
We're here with Jack Barry, who's being inducted, one of the only men today being inducted into the Michigan Women's Golf Hall of Fame. And I think we know why Jack is here, because he's been a journalist forever, written about golf forever, and we're so happy to have him here. So Jack, tell us, why are you so excited to be the only man on this team today?
Well, I'll tell you, Phyllis, I am accustomed to being outnumbered. I have... My mother was the oldest of 5 girls. I had 3 sisters. I have 4 daughters. I have 3 granddaughters. So I'm accustomed to it.
I guess you got some good training at a very early age, right?
That's absolutely right.
So, Jack, you know, we had a couple interviews with you, and like I said, I learned that you're very influential when it comes to covering women's golf. And tell us a little bit, like, why did you feel that the newspapers back then were interested in having you cover women's golf events?
Well, they understood that, that there is the other sex. And it was just that There wasn't as the women's groups didn't push as much as they have done now, and it has changed so much from when I started at the Free Press 1959 to what it is now is awesome. I mean, what's going on in women's golf all over the world. The Women's Open, they have girls from 25 different countries. It's just incredible how it's, and Title IX has a huge part of the success of women's golf. It's been 45 years since Richard Nixon signed into law Title IX that opened, if you got federal money, you had to have equal opportunity for men and women, and that wound up with being the start of really good women's high school golf, college golf, and now into the whole globalization of golf. That's fantastic. What has happened in my lifetime, I'm very, very pleased about it.
Well, I think, Jack, you also, if I recall, were very influential having women cover and enter, I think it was the men's locker room at the Masters. Is that correct?
That is correct. I was president of the Golf Writers Association at the time, and a couple of the gals from Houston who covered the NFL, no problem, getting into the pro men's locker rooms, but at Augusta you couldn't get in, which was really strange since men don't shower, don't walk around naked or anything like that in golf, whereas they do in the professional sports. So the chairman of the Augusta National at the time was Hord Hardin, who incidentally had a home up at Harbor Springs, and laid down. I presented my case of what was happening in the other sports, and they opened it up. So that was back in the 60s, or it was a long time ago. That was very, everybody was very happy about that.
Well, Jack, we understand why you were inducted into the Michigan Women's Golf Hall of Fame here in Michigan. So tell us, can you give us one maybe favorite story of yours that when you were covering a women's tournament or event that you can share with us?
Well, the best part was back in the Free Press days when we had the Free Press Junior Golf School at the five-city 18-hole courses. And, of course, there was, we had boys and girls together, no problem, before Title IX even. And so there have been some terrific young ladies in that group, one of whom is also going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, Janina Parrott-Jacobs. And there are a couple other gals that I remember from those days who also have had very strong careers. Joyce Kazmierski, who's in the Michigan Golf Hall of Fame, went out. She was a All-American at Michigan State. Went to the LPGA Tour. Was on the tour for a long time. Was even president at one time, and then she's had a teaching school in Indianapolis, last that I heard from her. And Ann Gata, who went here to Eastern Michigan University, and she had her lessons, Free Press lessons at Rouge Park. Said she rode her bike up to the golf course for the lessons and all. And Ann has a nice connection here to Eastern Michigan. She went to school here. She's a professor of music. She's a great pianist. And she also was teaching junior golf at Fox Hills. So the Free Press Junior Golf School produced a lot of fine young women into the world of golf.
Well, Jack, can you tell us, we've asked a lot of the inductees here today why women should continue to play the game and why the younger kids should get interested. Can you kind of give us some insight about that?
It's fun. When you can hit something and it doesn't hit back, it's a lot of fun. And during the Scottish Open, which is on at this week, same weekend, there's a real nice commercial for women playing golf in Scotland, which you would think, what? You know, all these old, you know, the old fogies and all that, have a real strong pitch for women playing golf in Scotland. And I thought, well, that shows the world has changed. How, you know, how it is, people have come to accept that that this is the way that it is.
Now, Jack, some of the other inductees also mentioned that, and you know, some of them are like 92, they're in their 90s. They said that they would not consider even marrying someone who didn't play golf. So what do you think about that?
Well, that's Betty Richard.
How did you know?
Betty is the greatest. Well, that's a possibility. But I'm not getting into that.
You don't want to comment. No comment, right?
Into that position, no.
Well, they also mentioned that, you know, the game can also teach you about a person's personality, you know, how they're going to be, their temperament and stuff like that. And I think that's really important for, you know, not only women but young people today to understand.
Very true. I mean, back in the days when Jack Nicklaus got mad when he was a kid playing golf, and his father wouldn't let him play again for a while, and that's happened to some of the other guys who big stars in professional golf. And even now, you see some of these college kids have a little bit of a temper, and they have to learn how to control it. And one of them is John Rahm, who won the Irish Open. And he had a bad time at the U.S. Open and his behavior, and he apologized for it then, and apparently learned his lesson, because he played great at the Irish Open and won that, and he's going to win a lot more.
Jack, as a journalist, how do you keep all this info straight about the different players that you cover, and, you know, not only women but men? I mean, how do you keep it all straight? The
internet. Google.
Well, now I'm talking about way back when you didn't have the internet and Google.
Well, that was difficult back in those days. The clips, the newspaper clips, the files in the morgue. Some you could find, some you couldn't, on things that went back, and things. That is the one great thing that I love about the internet, is that Google has come along, and man, that is the greatest research instrument that there is. But I pay attention to things. You know, I read a lot of magazines. I read the different newspapers that are still going. So there's no trick to it.
Jack, again, one last thing. Tell us why men and women should get involved in the game today.
I said it, fun. I mean, you can go out with your buddies and have a great time. I play in an old person's league, and we have a lot of tough times and everything. But at the end, we're all sitting around, the guys, pitchers of beer and all, and everybody talks about what ails them here or what ails them there, and what's all that, and it's just that it's a fun game, and you have a nice sense of accomplishment when you hit a really good shot, and when you do that, that brings you back.
You're right. Yeah. Well, Jack, we congratulate you, and like I said, we totally understand why they selected you to be inducted into the Michigan Women's Golf Hall of Fame, because you have been covering the events for many years, and we really appreciate that you took an interest in women, in particular, in the game.
How could I not? I told you. Yeah, my God.
They don't look so bad either, right, Jack?
Oh, well, 3 of them are here tonight. So, I'm very, very happy about that. And then the other one would like to be here, but wasn't able to be here. So that, and, my granddaughters, and I've been surrounded. And very enjoyable.
Well, thank you, Jack, for being with us today.
Hey, it's been a pleasure, and I'm very honored to be in the. Boy, you look at the background of all these ladies, and awesome. I mean, really, really terrific. Wonderful. They've done a wonderful job for golf in the state of Michigan.